Hey Rough Cutters, it's Friday here on the Rough Cuts. Corey from CoreyBrownReviews doing a quick review. One of my favorite childhood films, Holes. Stars Shia LaBeouf, Sigourney Weaver, Jon Voight, Patricia Arquette, Tim Blake Nelson. It's based off the book by Louis Sachar. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I remember when I was in elementary school, they would always read us this book over and over again. It was between this or Harry Potter. Harry Potter was too long, so they always read us this one. And I was always a big fan of it. And so when I heard that they were making a movie, I was really excited to see how it would translate into, live action filmmaking. Louis Sachar, who wrote the book, also wrote the screenplay. So I guess it always helps to have the actual author of the book write the screenplay because he knows what he's doing. He knows how he wants it to be portrayed on film. And I gotta admit, I mean, it's perfect. I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but I mean, the translation from the book to the film is done very well. Each character kind of has more of a rich development and more of a rich background than in the book. But the book is still great on its own, but I gotta admit, I'm kind of more of a fan of the film. I gotta admit, I mean, it's just one of those translations that kind of outdoes the book, if you will, at least in my opinion. Shia LaBeouf plays Stanley Yelnats, kind of a down-on-his-luck kid. He gets wrongly accused of stealing a pair of shoes by a professional baseball player played by Rick Fox. And he gets sent to Camp Green Lake, where he has to dig a hole every single day to try to find treasure from Kissing Kate Barlow. The camp is always worried about this treasure from Kissing Kate Barlow. They're kind of, you don't really know why either. I mean, you kind of have an idea of, I guess they're trying to get rich, but there's, obviously a bit more than kind of meets the eye when it comes to all this kind of mystery stuff that's going on in the film. And Stanley and Zero's kind of the outcast of the group at Camp Green Lake. And then you got like Armpit and Zigzag and Squid. I mean, you got like all these characters, X-Ray in there as well. I mean, you got all these characters, and Stanley, his nickname is Caveman. Him and Zero kind of hit it off, and there's kind of a family background going on there. And Stanley always has like the worst of luck, and you kind of don't know why he always has this bad luck. But throughout the film, there's kind of the main story going on with the boys at Camp Green Lake digging these holes to find this treasure of Kissing Kate Barlow. Then it kind of has a subplot of the Kissing Kate Barlow storyline to try to catch the people up about this Kissing Kate Barlow character. And then there's also another storyline of why Stanley has all this bad luck. And so it all kind of wraps up in the end. But I don't really want to spoil too much for people who haven't seen it, but it is very, very good. I mean, for a kid's Disney movie like this, you wouldn't really expect too much, but I promise you, Holes is one of those movies that, I mean, whether you're 10 or 50, you're going to really thoroughly enjoy this film. The writing is spot on for a movie like this. The directing is also spot on. I think the director of it made that movie, The Fugitive, I think it's what it's called, I think with like Harrison Ford. I could be wrong, but I think that's the movie. For what it is, for a Disney film, it's thoroughly enjoyable. It's actually a fantastic little film. I've seen it so many times, I can't even count the number of times I've seen it. I saw it 8 times in theaters when it came out. I would have to admit, it's probably my favorite Disney film. I could easily probably say it's my favorite Disney film. I would actually rather watch this than watch the Toy Story films. I mean, the Toy Story films I grew up on and everything, but Holes for some reason just has more of that rewatchability factor, for me at least. I guess it not only takes me back to watching it as a kid, but it also takes me back to like elementary school when they were reading the book and learning about this story for the first time. And I don't know, it's a great, great movie. It has a lot of those comedic moments. I will say one of probably the biggest drawbacks is they rely on kind of the slapsticky type humor to kind of please the kid audience a little too much. But at the same time, I mean, they are trying to get to that kid audience. But it has enough comedy, it has enough drama and enough heart and enough kind of mystery, adventure to really draw anybody into this film and really make everyone interested in what's actually going on for a little Disney film of this sort. But I would have to say it's not only my favorite Disney film, it's probably my favorite Shia LaBeouf film to date. I mean, he's made some really good movies like Battle Shaker Heights and A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, but it's such a thoroughly enjoyable film, and it's one of those movies I can just watch again and again and again. And I don't know, I just love this movie. I really hope that at some point this movie gets a Blu-ray release, because it definitely needs one. And actually some of it was actually shot by where I live, so it's always kind of interesting to watch the movie and figure out where certain scenes were shot. You know, but yeah, it's a great film. It's a good family film. Show it off to your kids, and you know, like I said, if you're 10 or 50, you'll enjoy it. So it's definitely for everyone. But yeah, Holes, if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts of it down below. It's a great film. I always enjoy this one. That's my quick review of Holes, and until next week, Corey from Corey Brown Reviews. See y'all later.